Good morning, everybody. My name is Bailey Cooper from Austin, Texas, and I'm an Eric Lofholm certified platinum trainer. And today, January 20th, is a special day because it's the first day of the rest of your life. And you can give the meaning to what today means to you, positive or negative, and that's going to determine your reality. So today I want to talk to you guys about mindset. 5 steps how to change your mindset. And we live in a world of instant gratification and information that is spread and passed along at a high rate, and most people are addicted to negativity. Unconsciously, without knowing it, we're force-fed negative information through the news, the media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, articles that you read, and all of this information is spread, and people are affected, and usually people that you hang out with without knowing it are affected as well, and that can determine your subconscious mind and your state, positive or negative. And so I just kind of wanted to piggyback where I was going last week. And so you've got your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And a lot of this is molded and formed before the age of 4. And as we grow up and evolve, that mind is already formed, and it shapes the reality of how we view the world. And so as we learn to change that, and what we're going to learn here today, there's a lot of things that are not going to be able to be changed overnight, and you may need to get yourself a mentor or a psychiatrist, psychologist, somebody that is properly trained with helping you dig into your mind, because for some people, maybe they had a traumatic experience. This can be a very painful process. However, there's freedom beyond that. So, the definition of mindset from Dr. Donald Moyne, and I really want everybody to go back through this 1-hour webinar, find Eric Lofholm's YouTube, and there's an Eric and Dr. Moyne from December of a year ago, where they did, and maybe it was May, but the YouTube is on the power of mindsets, and I believe it's titled Mindset of a Sales Champion. Search it; it's powerful. So the definition of mindset is your entire mental and emotional world that you've created and that you live in, and your mindset determines everything in your life and what you think you can or cannot do. So it helps you become limitless or have limitations. And it determines your job, the work that you do, how much money you're going to make, who you married or who you're going to marry, the habits and your level of personal happiness that you have. So understanding your mindset, step number 1 is to identify what you want to change mentally. Now, learning to change this paradigm is not a very easy thing. So you got to have a strong understanding of how the mindset that you currently have was created in the first place. So conditioning your subconscious mind happens through constant repetition of these ideas and beliefs. So here's an example of the presidential election. In your lifetime, you've probably been conditioned to believe a certain political party's platform, and that has been ingrained in your subconscious mind. So in an example of this current election, people that believed on one side of the argument may be happier than people that believed on the other side of it. And then you've got people that have a really strong, clear identity and consciousness that it doesn't matter either way, how they have a compelling future and they're unfazed. And that's where my goal is, where I want to be. So once this idea, whatever idea it is that you form, is repeated over and over again, it ultimately becomes fixed in your subconscious mind. So identify what you want to change, and you can just ask yourself, what do I want to be? What do I want to do? What is holding me back? What's stopping me? There's techniques of hypnosis that you can use, neurolinguistic programming, self-programming, taking action in the face of resistance. Changing your mindset and becoming the person you want to be inevitably is why we continue to come on this call. So, as Eric says, accept that you're genius. There's aspects of me that are genius, and believing that and focusing on my strength has really helped me persevere through some really tough times. So, if you're lacking in an area of your life that you're not satisfied with, this is really an excellent place for you to begin working on that paradigm. Because it's holding you back. And so you've unconsciously created that belief through repetition of negative things around you. So filter in positive things. And so list out things that you want to change. Make a list of 5 to 10 things that are affecting you the most. And then step number 2 is turn the negative into positive. So what you can do on the next side of the page is to write out affirmations. There's a lot of different things out there on the law of attraction and the movie The Secret, but there's a lot of power into this. And having affirmations that work for you, I encourage you to create your own, because maybe somebody else's isn't going to jive with you. It doesn't fit your dream. And mine that I say that I believe my purpose, and I say this as an affirmation. A year ago, Eric suggested us to create a mind movie, so I did that, and then I added to that, and I watch it every morning, and I have several affirmations throughout it that I repeat. And, I believe that I exist to help people and organizations find the greatness within them to fight for their goals and dreams. And through doing this and repeating this, it helps me have intense purpose in what I do. And through the repetition of that affirmation, or maybe you're at $200,000 a year and you want to be at $500,000 a year. So the negative is that I don't make enough money in my life, or I'm not capable of achieving the level that I think that I can, or whatever. So repeat that. So say, I feel grateful now that I easily make $500,000 a year doing what I love. Bob Proctor's is, I am so happy and grateful now that money flows to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. So you can steal other people's ones to get started, but I encourage you to create your own. And say these for 21 days in a row. Print them out. Put them up in your office. Put them in your mirror. Make it really easy to understand, but focus on the ones that affect you the most, and that'll help you overcome and replace those negative ideas for positive ones. Step number 3 is to write out your dream in the present tense. So get into a relaxed state and where things are quiet, and just write out how you want your life to be. Create that compelling future. And then in the present tense say, I am so grateful now that I have fill in the blank. And, have a really clear vision of that. If you want a new house, really write out the details of that dream house and state that you're happy and grateful now that you have that 3,000 square foot, 2-story house with a white picket fence and 2 acres of land, whatever it may be, and feel it, visualize it, and spend a few minutes every single morning reading that dream in the present tense, feeling it and visualizing it. And you're going to start to attract circumstances, or maybe you'll see that house or you'll drive past that house. And, kind of put your life in that story and create compelling statements about you in that dream house, for the example. And so writing stories and affirmations is a powerful step to include, and you can do this 21 days. But, I mean, this is the habit of successful people. So incorporating your daily routine. It's something simple that I do is I just follow what Eric suggested us, and I plan my day on paper in the morning, and I write out these statements of on an index card, my daily marketing touch goal, my compelling future, my dreams, and I repeat my affirmations. And it was really weird doing it at first, but through the last 7 months, most of the time doing it, it's really helped me be open to opportunities and stay strong in my belief through adversity. Step number 4 is to understand who you are. And you may have a different understanding of who you actually are. So your belief ingrained about who you are may be that of negative one. You may be a pessimist. You may be an optimist. You may be an atheist. You may be a spiritual church-going person. Either way, understanding who you are. And then believing, something that's compelling, that you're the child of a loving God. That's a really great starting place, or of the universe. So understanding that you're not your body. This is just a little flesh suit carrying you through this world, but you're a spiritual being. And in the early 1900s, a photographer was actually able to capture in a picture the energy leaving your body. So broken down, you are energy, and that energy is spirit. And believing that about yourself and seeing other people like that will help you to be positive, because you can see beyond the fallacies of the human body, and you can see the pure perfection. And I think that's really powerful and important to achieve success, is because if you believe that you're a failure, then you're going to attract that into your life. But if you believe that you're pure and perfect at the core, and that you have unlimited amount of energy, then you're going to have the tools for success, because you're not going to feel limited. The last step that I encourage you guys to do is to read. I grew up and I had beliefs about myself that I'm not a good reader. I'm attention deficit disorder. I had limiting beliefs that held me back, and therefore I wasn't ever adept at reading. And over the last 13 years, I found out what I was interested in. I was interested in personal development, so I started reading books about that. And in May of last year, I had a conversation with Ben Gay III. And what he told me was that in 1967, Dr. Napoleon Hill visited him in his office, and he instructed Ben to spend 1 hour a day on himself and his education. And he said he promised to do that, and that every day since then he has. And the way that he did that is he told me that he made it very easy to do by loading everywhere in his house, in his bathroom, by his nightstand, in his living room, in his briefcase, in the backseat of his car, with self-development information. So I encourage you guys to do that. Go to the library. Find a biography of an influential or successful person that inspires you, and check that book out and read that biography. There's mine is Michael Jordan. I'm very inspired by him, and reading his biography years ago helped me to see that he was just an average person with phenomenal will, and he put in the work, and he did 1,000 times more than anybody else in the NBA did before he was in the NBA. While he was in college basketball, he was shooting 10,000 free throws. He was practicing an hour before each game. Kobe Bryant's another interesting person to understand his habits, how he became so great in the NBA is, he would miss a game-winning shot, and everybody would go to the beach, or they would, maybe they were playing the Miami Heat, and they would party it up. And he would stay there on the court after the game for 3 or 4 hours until he got that shot right 100 times in a row. And so there's certain success actions that you can take, that you can be obsessed. And you don't have to, but I'm just telling you, like reading biographies, you'll see that these are just average people that put in an intense amount of work. So go out there and make today the best day that you possibly can. In conclusion, repetition of this information, that find your favorite motivational talk. Listen to it over and over again. Eric tells us to go through his Silver Protege, his Gold Protege, his 90-day Blitz, his Guaranteed Results, all of his programs 10 times. So these help you change your mindset and take action in the face of resistance. So I encourage you guys to leave me comments and feedback of what you got from my talks. It helps me to learn and grow. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.